All right. So come on in, take a sip, and let's wind down. And today we're going to do it, obviously, with this 2021 Tuella Duro. This is just, in the past, when I've looked at these before, I've had a 2020 and a 2023. I haven't had this year before, and you can see right after I decorked it, I just put it right through the aerator. I know it's been sitting there in that rack for some time. The end of the cork was bright, real deep purple. But I think by letting it breathe for a few minutes and then getting started with our grid here, I think we got an awful lot accomplished here, because it does have a bright, it's got on the nose, it's got like this bright presence, really fruity, lots of plum, and red fruits, raspberry, cherry, maybe one of those apples that comes along the way, but on the palate, smooth tannins, kind of got a slight acidic punch, but it's actually quite delicate, and it really is rather pleasant. It creates a really nice aftertaste. It has a nice finish. Legs are really strong on it. Color is a semi-deep ruby, but you can still make out semblances of the keyboard and stuff. So I always use a white background to look at the color, and so for a set of Macintosh keyboards, I've got several here on my desk. It makes a perfect backdrop for that. But wonderful way to wind down. So let's go ahead and see what we've got here. Okay, we have a Dana Edwards grid, and that name is not very familiar to me, but it doesn't mean anything, right? I mean, it means nothing. So I don't always... it's not always something. Well, actually, that's not true. I always look at the name, but sometimes I miss them. I guess is my point. So, nevertheless, I want to go ahead and let's just jump into our grid and see what we got for our Tuesday. So, a disordered state. All right. Doesn't sound very good. After dinner order. 5 letters. What do you think? Maybe a decaf? I know that's what I try to get. Well, what happens is I say, is there any chance I can get a double decaf espresso? And then when they tell me they don't have decaf, then I just resolve to the fact that I'm going to be up a little longer that night, right? Because I'll have the double espresso regardless, right? So, disordered state. No idea. What is that all about? Maybe it's just days or something? I have no idea. List shortener, maybe an et al. Even a smidge, could be maybe at all. So we'll see. Mexican dish similar to taquitos, and I guess we're looking for flautas. Well, I tell you what, my princess loves those things, and she'll drive far and wide to get to a taco cabana, no matter where she's at on this planet, to find an order of flautas. She loves those things. So Hochkönig. Wait a minute, what have I done here? I don't even know how to even pronounce that. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get, first of all, just 100%, transparency. I've been up this morning since 4:30. I observed a couple of procedures over at one of our clinics, and I came back in. I was preparing for meetings all day, went to meetings all day. I had to train some folks this afternoon in some of our safety and quality measures. This has been a long day. It was already pitch black when I left, which doesn't say much. It's pitch black around here around 4 p.m. anyway, but it's just gotten late. And I get back to the house to get ready to start this up. I pour the wine, everything's good, and then all of a sudden I'm having issues with my microphones and stuff. Hence, you see it's kind of been moved around, and I hope the sound quality is not terrible. If it is, I'm so terribly sorry, but please bear with me. I will get this trouble shot as soon as possible. So, Hochkönig for one. So, High King... and that would be an Alp, I guess. Yeah. Communists want to dismantle it. Look at that ISM in there, the ism. We talk about capitalism. Tallism. Gonna check my spelling as I go. We don't want to be creating issues at the end of this grid. So like decaf at all. Okay, I feel good so far. Yeah, good. But I kind of scared myself with that decaf. So Frank Zapper. Okay. Galut Kalagna. Catholic girls. So disordered state may be a daze. Yes, I'm a huge fan of Frank Zappa. May he rest in peace. Irrefutable. 5 letters, maybe solid, but I don't know. Let's see. Sacred insect in a hieroglyph, and that would be a scarab. Very interesting beetles. I think they're known as dung beetles. Man, I think they roll turds around, but cool. I feel better about solid now, if we want to go ahead and put that in there. At most, so maybe or less. And very nice, okay. UPS shipment, maybe crate. We could also work for cargo if we were in a different order. How often I have blank beneath the rain. Faulkner, how often I've lain. Oh, okay, hang on. Only sprinter, male or female, to hold world records in the 100, 200, and 400 meters defense. I think this is Irena, but some of us are just Olympics nerds. But I got a question for you. What if you didn't know and you got that up and you were like, oh, that's maybe how often have I laid beneath rain on a strange roof, right? Well, first of all, let's leave the laid things to chickens and people having fun. But Lane, I think you know, right? But the point is, what if you went up with a laid in there and just not knowing any better and you didn't know who Irena Savinsky is? It could be a bad day, right? It's conditioned on regular payments, so maybe a subscription. We got here protagonist of Shakespeare's first tragedy, and it'll be Titus. Shakespeare majors unite. So, yeah, I think this might be a subscription. And okay, in the app world for sure. Olive oil has many of them, maybe uses. Hours contain about 700 megabytes of information, and I'm not familiar enough to say for sure, but I think these are jeans, robes and such. And if it's a G, that could be garb, and so we can go ahead and put jeans in. But I want to get back up into some order here. I think it's been driving my poor Shotzi nuts that I just go all over the board, and I think as a viewer, she likes to be able to watch and in order, in an orderly way. So. One paying a flat fee, and it is a tenant. I never used the term flat till I moved to Germany. That's just what you call them here. And England, of course. Yeah, it's just what we call them. And I don't know that I'll ever be able to call something an apartment again. No, in the flat. Man, I think it just works. You believe me now? Arc numbers. I think those were in 2s. 2x2. DIY website, maybe Etsy. Is that really DIY? I mean, it's more like you're buying crafts. It seems like you're buying stuff that's already done. And maybe, I don't know. We'll just hold off for a second. Valley in which it's easy to get a cab. Get a cab, get it, Cabernet. That's nice, all right. There's a little Napa joke in there today. Okay, you got me a little bit won over here, Dana Edwards. I'm liking it. Clout could be sway. And in some conversations, it could be swag. So we'll have to check this thing. Yeah, this is great. Pushover could be a patsy. I know a patsy. And it's a nice name. I don't know why it has to have so many less than stellar, it's like, really, he was a patsy. He took the, what, I mean, it's awful. I just hate that. So... you believe me now? Maybe, what did I say? What did I say? I can just hear that. Hey, I'm walking here. What did I say? What did I say? So maybe, what did I say? And we're going to check that immediately because it doesn't feel comfortable at all, right? TikTok phenomena, I guess could be, I don't know. Blank Skeeter journalist, which... in the Harry Potter books, I don't know anything about those. Jazz is up, maybe Pep's up. These could be trends. Often quoted line from Return of the Jedi where the rebels are ambushed. Yes, Admiral Akbar is a trap. That's a trap. Now, my mutti will remember that. We actually wore squid hats one time to some family pub crawl. I have a fun family. And my mother and I, Fati, everybody were all running around downtown Fort Worth, Texas with our squid hats on. We had the big eyes on the side, and we were all just running around going, "It's a trap! It's a trap!" Well, it was fun, I guess. Or dorky. What? I don't know. We were just having fun, drinking. TikTok phenomena would be trends then, I guess. Okay, well, let's see. So, my mistake, maybe, oops, sorry. And what is this? DIY website, eHow? Never heard of it. Have to go investigate that one. Okay, so, oops, sorry. And, man, I hope I haven't misspelled anything. I don't feel comfortable at all with my cognition today. Just seems off. I'm just tired, right? You know. Simone, who sang "To Be Young, Gifted in Black," and that is Nina. I'm almost positive it is. It's an older song. Oh, it's an old song, but God, it's a gorgeous one. An outbuilding, maybe a barn. And 2003 #1 hit with the lyric, "What's cooler than being cool?" And then they played this all the time when we were in officer candidate school. I think this is Hey Ya. UK channel nickname with the, and that would be the Beeb. Not the bean, the Beeb. Drum kit component. Boy, there was a time when this was in every grid. The hi-hat was in all of them, you know. Starts working remotely, say, I don't know, probably logs on, logs in, I have no idea. Let's see, thicket, C, 5 letters, probably a cops. Equine eats, maybe oats. And maybe Peppa Pig, so I guess that's Rita. Rita Skeeter. Didn't know. So Rita, okay, and then we got Peppa Pig. You get the picture. I don't know yet. Pottery making and illustration, for example, are arts. Okay. It's hard to believe, and we've got this lie bolted in there. I'm wondering, well, that's kind of giving away part of the answer. And once you figure out capitalism, you're kind of going good with the rest of them, right? That's it's a Tuesday. It makes sense, right? It's hard to believe. So I'm going to just go with a bold-faced lie. And I don't even want to get into the debate over bald-faced or bold-faced any more than I want to get into champing versus chomping at the bit. Because, you know, I might think it's champing. That's the original. That's the stuff. But at the same time, I'm a descriptive grammarian, not a prescriptive. I like to describe what's happening as language evolves, not prescribe what you should do with it. So stay. Maybe don't go. Whoa, that's good. Okay. Formal farewell. Well, no idea. Random number generator. Okay. Competed in part of a triathlon. Ran, swam, biked. Okay. I have done my fair share of those, and I'm telling you. So what in the heck is going on? What is this formal farewell? So maybe a... Wait a minute. Hang on. Oh, that's good. Maybe... Oh. Yeah, I think this is going to be logs on is or in. Di niente. Okay. Prego. Prego. So logs on. Fantastic. Got through our Italian lesson for the day now. So a high stat for a heavy hitter. Hitter would probably be a RBI. And protest seeking different arrangement with landlords. So maybe this is a rent strike. All right. Okay, so fantastic. Then what do we got here? Well, this is probably adieu. And I guess I don't really think of it as all that formal. But, yeah, okay. Salad root could be a beet. And we got contraceptive options could be IUDs. And hurls forcibly in modern slang. I didn't know this for a long time, but I guess this is yeets. Now, what do we got here? Whoa, that's good. Oh, baby. Okay. Oh, nice. So our random number generator is actually a die. That's fabulous. Very good. Island Kingdom, Tonga. I think I said once that we were planning on buying knighthoods at Tonga. Maybe, I don't know, all kinds of different of them up there for some. Then we thought, maybe not. Kind of place that's beside the point. Kind of place that's beside the point. Okay. Kind of jar, maybe a mason jar. Kind of place that's beside the point. 1S. To deal with that later. You get the picture, etc. Because if I can't figure that out now, it might be what's wrong if I can't finish this grid. Baby carrier in bath would be a pram. And classic Angela Davis too. Yes, gorgeous hair. Oh my lord. Pity party, exclamation, maybe poor me. If we didn't have that R there, it could be woe is me. I'm gonna go with poor though. And a rubber bone, maybe a dog toy. Lego, my ego. And Zoom fatigue is a modern one, but I'm thinking neologism. Tired. So Zoom fatigue, it's a modern one. Yeah, I don't know. I want to try it. Logism. Yeah, let's see. Troll army. Granny winning Dua Lipa. Philippine currency is the peso. I really feel like I've done fat fingered something. I hate that. Still contending could be in it. Means I'm gonna have to go back and look. Shocker, I guess, could be an eye opener. House calls could be eyes. Oppose no. And REO Speedwagon. So how do we do, Bob? Well, again, we do pretty well at getting the volume up very loud. Well, Dana Edwards, I don't know what to say except that this is a pretty interesting grid. I mean, it was a pleasure to solve, but it didn't really feel too Tuesday-ish. It felt kind of bordering to Wednesday. And I guess my mind wasn't around that very much. But I got to tell you, I mean, it was just a very clever grid. A couple of the clue answer combinations, I mean, I didn't get right off the top of my head. I mean, I just, sometimes I have a habit of over analyzing things, and to the point where I kind of miss the fact that I'm inside the forest, and that's why I can't see all of the trees, I mean, I can only see the tree in front of me, and so that's got to be part of it. But I would say this was just a fantastic grid. It really was. But it was a little bit more than a Tuesday. And considering my condition today, I mean, this is not on you at all as the constructor. It's on me because I just had a very long day. I mean, I have been up now, for about 16 hours. So it is what it is as I'm approaching bedtime. But the point is, what a fabulous grid. And I really appreciated doing it. And this was just too clever for Tuesday, if you ask me. This was really a kind of a Wednesday grid. But if anybody's got any opinions on it, I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on it. Maybe it was just super easy. Maybe I'm just super tired. But what a solid grid construction. So well done, Dana Edwards. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and out with the old and in with the new. And thanks to everybody for liking and subscribing. I really appreciate the comments, having some wonderful conversations, talking about movies we like, we've got to watch and stuff. So you might want to catch up on a few of those. And if you got a great classic movie or something new in the pipeline that I should see, share it. Let me know what's going on out there. I love spy movies and I love movies set abroad, around the world, right? But yeah, I like these kinds of things. And of course, any art flick you can think of is always good to me. So we can share those as we go. But in the meantime, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Be good to yourselves, be great to your neighbors, and be especially nice to that person standing behind you in line. Be well out there. Take care.